Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Arigato. Arigato is one of the last games from Ludonaut in their final two games that they published. And this is a game in which you are building a village in Japan, and you have these artisans and craftsmen who are making cool things. Shogun is coming to visit, and you want to make things look cool. It is a card management game, but it has a unique twist that I haven't seen before. Here's how it plays. In this game, each player is going to have this token in front of them, which is where they're going to build their village. And you're going to be going by a bunch of these craftsman's cards. Each round of the game plays like this. You have 5 cards. You're going to look at these cards. You're going to pick 2 cards and pass those 2 cards to the person on your left. They'll get them next round. You're going to add 1 person to your village. And then 2 people you're going to keep, and you're going to be discarding them for their resource. Very simple. Both of these give me the 2 purple resources. Now, when you add a craftsman to your village, there are 4 spots that they can go. However, each guy can only go in some of the spots. So this person can go on the 2 that are on the right. So let's say I put him in this upper spot here. Now, he now gives me a special ability that's going to last as long as I keep him there. Since I'm adding people every round, eventually I'm going to probably want to get rid of this person and put someone else in that spot. Now, as you add these people, and they do different things. So this, for example, says whenever I get one of those resources, I also get a point. Well, that's not bad at all. So I'll have to remember that for the future. When you get all the resources that a person needs, and you can always turn in 2 for 1. Let's say I have all 3 of these resources. I can spend them and put an offering token on this person. Now, I can still use them in my village. Every time I get a red resource, I get this. But if I decide to discard them because I want to replace them, and I can do that when I want, I will take the offering token off and add them over here to my temple. That's going to matter because they're going to be worth 5 points at the end of the game. If they don't have an offering token and I decide to replace them, let's say this, like, oh, I don't need him anymore, and there's no offering on him, then they're simply discarded. So you can have up to 4 people working at any given point based on where they can be, but only if they have an offering token, which means you spend these, and you need to spend them all at one time. Now, you've had 2 cards passed to you from the person to your right. You'll draw 3, and you'll go on the next round. You'll keep track of rounds here in the middle of the table. If you match these goals, you'll also get these tokens to show that you've matched goals. And at the end of the game, the number of these tokens you have will give you bonus victory points. And there's a possibility that some of these characters also will give you victory points at the end of the game. Let me run through real quick and just show you a whole bunch of the different characters. This person can go in any spot on the board. That's kind of convenient. This person only can go in 1 spot. So they all have different things, but that person also has a really good special ability. When you play another purple card, you're going to get 2 victory points. So there's lots of cards that are played. And that's the game. Now, this game has some simple things that you've seen in games before. Discarding cards for resources, passing some cards to the person on your left, the cards and then 1 card you add to your village who gives you a special power. Now, gameplay-wise, I will say it takes a bit to figure out what all the different things are. You'll be constantly looking in the rule book. What does these special powers do? Once you get them down, it's not so much of a problem, but at the beginning, you have to remember what the symbology means. But once you understand that, you're constantly thinking about it. Some of the powers are when you pass cards. If I pass a purple card to my neighbor, I get an ability. Well, now that's interesting. I have to think about what cards I'm passing. I might want to pass those cards deliberately. But what makes this game, I think, unique is the fact that you are fulfilling these characters for points. Yeah, there's lots of games that do that, collect resources. But you don't have to get rid of them right away. You decide when to get rid of them. You have a card that takes their place, and you're like, I like to start working on another character. But this one's doing so well for me. And that, to me, makes the game really intriguing. To get points over the course of the game is good, and to get more resources to build things. So you have a little engine building, but at the same time, when you send people to your temple, it's a little bit like the game Elysium in that way. When you send them to the temple, you no longer have them, but they're also worth points at the end of the game. It's a simple game. The only thing that keeps it from being super smooth and awesome is the symbology. I think that hurts the game a little bit. It would have been nice to much more easily tell which cards were which. But honestly, other than that, you'd get the 5 cards. 2 for resources, easy. 2 you pass, and 1 you're going to build. And you just keep doing that. And you're also looking at the rounds, trying to say, oh, this round, I want 4 different color people in my village. I can't. Should I do that or not? Because if you do fulfill all those goals, you can get a lot of points, but you're probably ignoring other stuff. So it comes together in a nice little card engine building game that it feels different, and I like that. So that's Arigato. It has a cool look to it, a little bit of a kind of modern, but also classic Japan theme. It's hard to explain, almost anime style to some degree. But I like this one. I think there's some unique things in it. A 7.5 out of 10. Check it out. I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching the Dice Tower. Also want to say thanks to some of our GameFound backers. They wanted a shout out. We want to shout out to Vanessa G, to Alexander Meyer from Austria, and Richard Porter III. Thank you so much, and thank you all for watching. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.